What's up everybody, it's Roman Gaming here. So I'm finally back from my 2-week holiday in Lithuania. It's been a lot of fun, but at the same time, I guess, really towards the end, you really start getting this itch again where you feel like you want to, go back and dive into making videos because it's a lot of fun. And so in that way, I'm also, pretty happy that I'm back and that I can finally make sure to get these frequent uploads going again on the channel. So look forward to that. I've got some awesome stuff coming up. This Sunday, I'm actually planning to talk about my Game of the Year 2017 in a new in-depth video, which I'm really planning on making those type of videos, like the 10 years of Uncharted video that I did. In-depth videos like that, I really want to make them a weekly thing on Sunday, so that's going to be super cool. And the week after, I'm going to talk, for example, about the whole microtransaction situation. Already finished the script for that, and it's going to be an awesome video, no doubt. So look forward to, like I said, lots of awesome stuff coming up. But for now, I actually wanted to dive into simply a new commentary video and talk a bit about, I guess, some of the recent gaming news that I've missed out on. So this is already about a week old, but basically I wanted to talk about Phil Spencer, who was recently in interviews talking himself about simply the future of the Xbox brand. Of course, the Xbox One X launched a few weeks ago. He feels really confident with, the way where currently the Xbox platform stands as far as the One X goes. It's doing pretty well in sales right now, it seems, as well, so that's good to see. Of course, the whole infrastructure for development, Xbox Live, he feels very confident about that. But the one area that people keep bringing up, and me myself included, and I'm pretty sure most of you will think the same way, we've been saying this for the longest already, is that Xbox needs more exclusive first-party games, right? And so what Phil Spencer himself pretty much was saying in interviews is that from now on, now that everything is pretty much out of the way as far as the One X goes, and like all the setup basically for the Xbox platform, now they want to start focusing more on the first party games. And how are they going to do that? By starting new studios or by actually, acquiring them. And that's really good to see, because of course, like, this one issue that Microsoft has had for so long already is that not only do they have just a few studios that make games for them, a lot of the exclusive games that they do bring out, are based on deals that they make with other studios. Like, look at Scalebound with Platinum Games, which was a disaster because the game had to get cancelled ultimately. Or Rise of the Tomb Raider, where they had a 1-year exclusive, timed exclusive deal, right? Or Sunset Overdrive with Insomniac Games. You can go on, but they always used to have these type of deals. And that means that they don't simply have that much control over these projects. And so, something like Scalebound, yes, does actually get cancelled ultimately. And that sucks to see, of course. They really need to build out that studio network that Sony, for example, has, where they have like literally 10 to 15 studios making games for them. Microsoft right now only has about 5 of them, so they need simply to have at least 2 or 3 more in the near future, if you would ask me. Now, what I really like about Phil Spencer is the fact that he actually always communicates with people on Twitter. So a lot of the Xbox fans will pretty much share their complaints with him or things that they would simply want, recommendations or wishes. And so one guy tweeted to him, I want to really quickly read this. He says, "Phil, I just bought an Xbox One X. I would like to see a studio that pumps out nothing but action-adventure type games, kind of like the Uncharted series, and also have a strong multiplayer component tied with it." And so Phil Spencer actually replied to that, and he said, "Me too. If only we could have the best of single player and the best of multiplayer in one studio and one IP. Is that too much to ask?" Which, almost seems like that's kind of a tease, to something that is coming up. And, like I said, this, together with the fact that he was recently talking about wanting to start new studios, it's all really good news. And I simply hope that he's actually gonna, live up on those promises. Because that's the thing, they're promises. And they're good promises, and I really want to see them come true. But of course, we need actions. We simply need to actually see that this is going to happen, and then we can finally feel confident in the fact that, there's a bright future ahead for the Xbox platform, is they need to actually start making or simply building or acquiring those studios. Another issue that you would actually have that I definitely need to point out is, of course, that if you're gonna build a new studio from the ground up, there is a big issue with that, and that's simply the fact that if you're gonna build a studio right now, they're still gonna need about 3 to 4 years or whatever to actually push their first game out. And so that means that we're still not getting any game games from them in the near future, you know, like look at Kojima Productions for Sony, which recently, you know, they acquired in like at the end of 2015, I guess, or they started building again from the ground up. Death Stranding is still looking like it's about a year or two away from us, so they need a long time to actually develop those games. And so of course, in the near future, like we're talking about, you know, Microsoft needs to come out with these games now, 2018, 19, 20. So if you're gonna start, like I said, building a studio, you're not really gonna see the results of that in the near future yet, and that would suck to see. So I hope that they're actually also gonna, you know, acquire some studios that maybe have already been working on some projects that could simply be brought out very soon on a much shorter in a much shorter time period, I guess, right? So yeah, you know, I would love to see that, because that's the thing, you know, if Xbox would actually start making a franchise like Uncharted or like The Last of Us or Horizon, or, you know, like, that's what I love about Sony exclusives, is that they actually bring out not just a lot of them, but they're also different in a way. Like, you know, look at something like Detroit or Dreams or Death Stranding, God of War, Uncharted. You can go on and on with these IPs that they have, and they all try to do something new. They're all like, you know, many of them are actually single player experiences, some are open world, some are linear, some will have a certain sci-fi setting, some will have a more realistic setting. They always do something else, and at the same time, that's the awesome thing. Almost all of those games appeal to me, because whatever they do, you know, it's like, it's still made for the audience of gamers. It's not made for, you know, a completely different casual audience or whatever. Like, gamers love that variety that they get from Sony exclusive games. And that's exactly what Microsoft needs, is next to the gritty and sci-fi shooter type games like Gears and Halo and the typical racing game like Forza. That's cool, but you need those other type of projects that actually do something else, and that, you know, that will simply add to the variety of games available on the system, right? That's what we all want, and if that happens, that's only a good thing, because we need competition right now. It really seems like PlayStation is doing super well, the PC is always doing relatively well, and you know, the Switch is actually doing better than expected, I guess, but Microsoft really is falling behind lately as far as games goes, especially. And so it would be awesome to see them stepping their game up, because it's going to mean that everybody is going to have to step their game up across the board. So it means better games for everyone, and that's obviously what we would all want right now. So basically, those are my thoughts. You know, I'm looking forward to it. I really hope that Microsoft is going to start bringing those games, because if they do, I'm going to be playing them on my Xbox for sure. So with that being said, that was pretty much all I wanted to share. Look forward to a lot more videos, like I said, coming up in the near future. And then for now, thanks a lot for watching, everybody, and hope to see you again next time.